Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Welcome to the grand finale of Let's Play Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. And being as it's a grand finale episode, I mean, you know it's going to be a good one. But what grand finale would be a grand finale without a good old soda pop? And this is actually like one that I've never had before here, so let's give a first sip and see how it is. Very fine indeed. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as I said here, this is the grand finale. We are going into the depths here, taking a look at some legendary type of stuff that happened here long ago in this region. And really going to be sorting out the story that came about. As I said, I'm not a lore-heavy person. You can read a lot of the story, but I'm going to try and sum it up and make up my own story for what's going on here. So for those that will enjoy that, you know, stay tuned. As you could see from the graphic that you clicked on this video, today we are going to be going up against Rayquaza and Deoxys. So we have two surprise legendary battles here. I believe I saved in front of Rayquaza. I can't remember if I did or not. I believe I did, but I kind of just figured I'd use all the Ultra Balls until I ran out of Ultra Balls and then throw the Master Ball at Rayquaza, and I don't really care about Deoxys. I think it's a cool Pokemon, but is it really worthwhile spending all that time catching? Maybe, but I'm also not going to play any post-game after this episode, right? This is the grand finale, so for me, not so much. For others, it is probably one of the most dominant Psychic types you can have. So, you know, is it worthwhile to get? I think so. But even then, like, I already have a connection to the types we have on the team here. Not to say that, I think it demands you to add Rayquaza to your team, which I'm going to do, most definitely. You'll see why when we get there, but I kind of had a pre-warning that it was going to happen. So, I kind of knew what the drill was going to be, but we see these cave paintings here that, either the ancient people did, or some high school students did, carved into, you know, some... I always find that funny, going off of that, like when they bring out the people and they're like, look at these ancient cave paintings of UFOs, and it's like, you know, I went to high school once upon a time. You know how many obscene things were carved into the walls of a high school bathroom? It's like, imagine that concrete slab being discovered hundreds of years from now, and they would be like, there were giant cockroaches with ginormous genitalia back in these days. And it's just like, yeah, how much can you take a drawing, you know, as like, oh, that's definitely what happened. And I guess in this case we do have Bailey's Irish Cream here telling us that it did happen, and there is wild encounters here. This is a good spot to point that out. Found an Ariados, which is arguably one of the cooler bug-type Pokemons. I'm just gonna run, but this would be a cool place if you wanted to catch like some really late-game Pokemon to add to your team. This would probably be one of the coolest places to do it. And I know I always say, like, I'm gonna catch all the legendaries that you can catch, right? Or at least the ones that are like the most relevant to the story, which is where I kind of get my standing here, is like Kyogre was relevant, Rayquaza is relevant, Deoxys is somewhat relevant, right? Like, it's extremely relevant in the Delta episode, but probably wasn't really brought up before then as much as Rayquaza was, so I could go back and forth on that. But I know, like, in this generation, specifically in this remake, you can catch legitimately, like, almost every single legendary that was made up until this point in time. And it's like, listen, as much as I'd love to do that, like, you can only catch one a day, only one island per day is open, and certain islands have certain legendaries, and it just gets so complex that, like, I don't want to be a part of it. Like, it truly isn't worthwhile for me to go and do. I could see somebody here who says, you know what, I'm not doing Let's Plays, I just want to play casually, saying I'm going to spend a good 3 months playing this game, which I've already done, and really takes 3 more months of time to go and do post-game content. But for me, that isn't the road that I want to go down here today. I hope you all understand and respect that, but like I said, it is like one of those games with like the most post content available that you could possibly imagine, and I'm not hating on it for that. In fact, I kind of love it for that reason, but I'm not really like a post game kind of person, right? Like once I beat the standard stuff, I beat the standard stuff, so that's sort of where I stand there. And here we go. This is Sky Pillar. We saw Bailey's Irish Cream here in the beginning of the epilogue for the original ending of this game, and now we see her again standing here trying to summon Rayquaza, now with keystones. Which is funny, I'm usually drinking Keystone, but tonight I am not. Tonight I've got an IPA here that I haven't had yet, and I've got some Yingling Light Lager. I think Yingling is not something we have named any of our Pokemon yet, and IPA definitely have not covered that, so there's so many IPAs out there amongst the world that it's really not my, we're not going to have a generation where we name Pokemon after IPAs. Although, if you want to throw in a vote, I'm going to say this as we get to this point, I think we're playing Pokemon Black next. Any recommendations on starters are welcome in this Let's Play video here. And then, along with that, any themes for the names of the Pokemon. I'm sure, I don't know, maybe I'll come up with something on my own, but if there seems to be like an overwhelming theme that people want to see, throw that out there. I'm probably already threw this out there in the Pokemon Donkey Kong 2 episode, just because I plan to start playing through. By the time Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 episode comes out, I'll probably already be an episode deep into Pokemon Black. So that should show you like how far ahead these videos are being shot. We truly are 2 to 3 weeks ahead. And I want to start playing it as soon as humanly possible, just to continue that trend, because something always comes up in the recording world, right? Where like I won't be able to post for like 3 weeks at a time, and I'll be saying, thank God I pre-posted way ahead of time, but it also stinks for interactions like this, so I might post something out on the actual channel too. Like I said, the date of me recording this is March 2nd. So, put that into perspective of when this video comes out. I think this video comes out on the 28th. So we're 26 days ahead of time. But that being said, she's doing like her classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Summon here of Rayquaza. Rayquaza's a really cool Pokemon. Gotta give it to Rayquaza. Always looking cool. Always having fun. Look at him. He is just like the ultimate scary dragon beast creature. Love him. Through and through. You gotta love him. Yes, you did do it. You summoned the beast Rayquaza. Now how are you gonna tame him? Because everything I've heard about this guy is he's pretty untamable. She's like, I'm weak in the knees. The Keystone didn't react. I'm kind of glad it didn't, because when Rayquaza Mega Evolves, he's going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with. He's just kind of looking at us right now. I would imagine in his mind he's a little ticked off that he was summoned at this point. Because he summoned, and now the people that summoned him can't really use him for the good that they wanted to use him for. They're not good enough. You have failed, Bailey's Irish Cream. Just like always, you never got the job done. You're just a starter. You're just a starter for Jameson and Average Joe, baby. Let's go. There it is. We have caught the eye of Rayquaza. Looking at this guy, if we get to catch him, I already know what we're gonna name him. I already have a good idea. Yes, the meteorite. Okay, yeah, now we've gone and pissed him off. He wants my meteorite. He's like, my Anaconda don't want none unless you got some, hun. I messed that up, but... my Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. That's the lyric I'm looking for. There we go. We are ready to battle him. He's making the same noise that he's made about 37 times now. She's like, Average Joe, you're gonna have to do it. Like, alright, I guess I'll save the free world one more time. Let's go. Let's do it. I think there was a save there. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did save before this battle. But, I'm pretty sure we're in for deep shit here. If we don't win quickly. I'm pretty sure Rayquaza is level 70 and has the best moves in the game that you can give to a Pokemon of a Dragon type. And I'm pretty sure step 1 for him is going to be Mega Evolve. So I want to hit hard with Paralysis. Fingers crossed, let's do it. Discharge. Hit him with the Discharge. Dragon Pulse. That's not going to be good. Yeah, immediate one-hit KO. Shit. Alright. Use next Pokemon. I think Red Stag is a good next Pokemon to use. And I think the only thing we're going to have that's going to be able to come close to being able to put up a fight is if we Mega Evolve and hit with a Dragon Pulse of our own. And I think that's the only way we're outspeeding and even getting one hit in here. Something tells me that's the only way it's going to happen. And then from there we can use recovery moves. Dragon Pulse, there we go. Okay, he is down to red health and almost dead. Dragon Pulse, does that kill us? No. Okay, so we can use recovery moves, but I think more importantly, I'm going to throw an Ultra Ball here and just get it started. Son of a bitch. Okay, we caught Rayquaza on the first Ultra Ball thrown. That's probably about as good as it gets, folks. I can't do much better than that. Honestly, I can't imagine a world where that goes any better. Maybe if we caught Static on our first hit there, that would have been a little bit better, but I can't imagine anything going any smoother than that went. But now we are going to name Rayquaza here the one, the only. He's going to be our Rolling Rock baby. There we go. We got Rolling Rock added to the team. And in all fairness, he would take the spot of Latias there moving forward. I don't know. I like the Psychic typing. But I'm going to replace him with Landshark, mostly because I know we're going to get into a fight here right away. Or, yeah, I don't know. I want the Psychic typing. I think I'm going to replace Landshark, because I think immediately after this, we're going to have to fight that lady once again, and then Deoxys out in outer space. And I feel like he's going to be useful in both those fights, whereas a fainted Pokemon, even though I'd rather keep Landshark on the team, I think Rolling Rock is going to be a much better, fully healed Pokemon to go up against these teams. I mean, Rolling Rock is going to be substantially better against anything that she goes to throw at us, that's for sure. Deoxys, on the other hand, I don't know. The good news is, as I'm sure you just pictured in your head, right? We still have a Master Ball. And being as I don't plan on catching any other legendary Pokemon, I'm going to go up against Deoxys and immediately throw the Master Ball. Because that seems like the perfect way to end this series, honestly. Like, it just does. So I really don't see a world in which adding Rayquaza to the team is a negative. Why does she move around like that? She looks so weird. And now I'm going to come out here. I'm going to explain my thought process to y'all, right? Rolling Rock comes out, full health, level 70, so well over anything of her level. I'm going to Mega Evolve him. And then I'm just going to Dragon Pulse her whole entire team. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a one-hit KO against every single team member that she has. Unless we miss. I don't really see us losing. I don't even see us getting past Rayquaza. Like, I see Rayquaza fully just wiping this team. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's about to happen. If it doesn't, I owe you all a soda pop. Because I honestly, I can't see it going any other way. I just see us fully decimating the entirety of her team. I don't think we would have won without Rayquaza too, but I think having Rayquaza in here makes it like a joke of a battle. Which I get, that's probably why they gave you Rayquaza, right? Is like, oh, just so you can wipe out the enemy right afterward without any hesitation, but this kind of seems unfair. We just wiped through 3 Pokemon without anything happening, and I'm pretty sure we're going to wipe through the next 3 without anything happening. Maybe they wanted to do that knowing that Deoxys is the next up on the list, but once again, she has Pokemon from different generations that we're not able to get yet, which is pretty unfair, if I may add. I'm a little offended. Pokemon. Is this a Salamence? Okay, yeah, let's see how we do against... you know what? Salamence usually isn't great against Dragon typing, though. He's not incredibly fast. Oh, he's gonna Mega Evolve, too. He might be able to tank a hit, honestly. This could be scary. Let's see how he does against Mega Rayquaza. 8 levels higher. Yeah, he just instantly dies. And that's probably the scariest Pokemon. Like, outside of legendaries, that's probably the scariest Pokemon you can bring out onto the field. Maybe Metagross. Metagross. But there we go. We have officially... Not officially yet. Like I said, we still have to go up against Deoxys, but we have completed what I would call the Rayquaza arc. Which is, as I say that, I'm capping off one and adding on another to the pile. Another soda pop here as we go into the final moments of this Let's Play. You know it's good when we're counting down the soda pops, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna put on my Power Ranger suit and ride Rayquaza into the sky. This is really the... I know I made the joke before, but... Take a look, it's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. Yeah. There we go. Flying off into the sky, dressed up as a Power Ranger, riding on Rayquaza. Having the time of our lives. And, yeah. We're gonna crash into the meteor. Which has always statistically worked. Anytime I've heard this plan proposed, it's been, not great. That's sort of along the lines of, like, I'll save it for after this battle. I'll save the story for after this battle. Hopefully I remember it by that point in time, but there we go. We crashed straight into the meteor. Look at that, just wow. And it's gone. And suddenly we changed the directory of all of the meteor for some reason. And then we have the triangle here from Gravity Falls. Bill, I believe his name is. I kind of thought this was our mouse on the screen at first. I was a little scared. Did he just make it across a David or something? I don't know. But here he comes. Out of the void. The one. The only. Cthulhu? Just kidding, it's Deoxys, of course. So Deoxys, let's see what you got. Unfortunately, I hate to tell you Deoxys, but we have a Master Ball. So, we're not going to be able to see anything that you offer. I'm just going to catch you straight away, my friend. I apologize. Oh my god, something tells me this fight would have been a disaster. But you know why it isn't? Master Ball, baby. And that's it. It's a guaranteed 100% catch. So, the battle's over before it even started. And I chewed over what we were going to name him, right? Because obviously we need to give a nickname to Deoxys. Now I was thinking, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking space stuff. And the only thing that came to mind when I was thinking of space stuff, stop trying to teach it to Fireball. We're ending the game, Average Joe. Come on. No, but as I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I want to give Deoxys two things. Number one, it needs to fit the criteria of the rest of our Pokemon. It needs to be named after a soda pop. Number two, color coordination. And number three, I kind of like the space element of Deoxys. I kind of think it's cool. He's never going to be on our team. But I want to name him after something, you know, something that would fit the team profile, color coordination, and fit the drink soda pop kind of relevancy here. So it's going to take me a little bit because I'm sure I had to search it up online because I didn't want to look like an idiot in front of you guys how to spell it. But if you think about space and the first people to space, right, even though we were the first people to land on the moon, some of the first people to space were Russia. And what is more famous than Svedka? The good old classic Russian vodka. And I don't know if Svedka is actually made in Russia, but it sounds very Russian. So I decided to land on Svedka because it reminds me of Russia. You can get it in blue, is the traditional color, and red are some flavors. It's vodka. It has a Russian correlation. And yeah, it sounds Russian. But there we go. Whimsir's still here. Whimsir, what happened to your Mondre? I hope she didn't just leave Whimsir here. That would actually be really sad. It's very few and far between that Pokemon actually makes me sad, but that would actually be really sad. Sorry, not the Pokemon, the dog next door is barking. So you may hear some barking going on next door. I really hope she did not leave her Whimsir here. That would make me like genuinely upset, right? Because that's like leaving a dog behind. That's not cool. You don't do that. It's not what you do. Just not what you do, man. You don't do that to the dog. But they're just confirming here down on Earth that we actually stopped the crisis. But guess what, Guess what, everybody? Average Joe ended the economic crisis. Woo! It's not in reality what happened, but we'll take it. We'll take the kudos when we get the kudos, you know. Never gonna say no. Now we're going around the region and we're seeing like the after effect of everything that we've done, which is kind of cool. It's very few and far between that you actually get to see like all the people like celebratory after all the hard work that you put into everything. Whereas like this time around, you know, we're getting that. We're getting like the cool aftermath. of people just being like, oh yeah, you know, like, you went through and you did all the stuff you needed to do. Thank you, Average Joe. You know, you went through and you saved the world. Which is very nice. I really appreciate that. They're giving us a good warm welcome. I don't know, it's one of those things, like, we very rarely see the end of this. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there are only a few minutes left. Sorry, I sort of got distracted there at the end. Thank you so much for everybody that has hung on throughout the entirety of this Let's Play. It means the world to me. This Let's Play was, like, a really, really big ambition of mine. I'm really glad we got all the way through it. You know, in the middle, we went through a house movement and things like that. Lots of crazy stuff going on in my life, so I'm glad for all of you that stuck around and watched this series from start to finish. It really means the world to me. I hope the next Pokemon Let's Play we have is even better than this one that we had. And then those that are looking for other external content, you know, on the channel right now, we have a Let's Play of Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and then that's coming out on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we also have a Let's Play of Mario vs. Donkey Kong here coming out on Sundays, so that should be fun as well. I think the next Let's Play coming out on Tuesdays and Thursdays is going to be another Pokemon Let's Play. I think it's going to be Pokemon Black. It's either going to be black or white. I don't know. I have to make up my mind at this point in time, but by the time that this episode comes out, I probably already got 3 or 4 episodes done, so you can hold off in recommendations, although I do appreciate it. But please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you liked any series in this, any video in this series, or any of the series on the channels, you know, it's greatly appreciated and greatly motivates myself to continue to make videos just like this now and in the near future. It's always so much fun, and it's so rewarding to finish a Let's Play like this on the channel that, like, you know, it's like one of those few moments where, like, you start to get to, like, the last couple episodes and you're like, God, why am I continuing to do this? And it's moments like this that you realize why you are. And now here, May and I get to have a little chipper moment, which, these moments, honestly, for me in Pokemon are the ones that hit the hardest. These are the ones that, like, actually mean something to me. Like, these are the moments that make me care about the Pokemon franchise, because at the end of the day, the Pokemon franchise is about this, right? It's about those little moments with friends that stand out. That, to me, is, like, the heart of Pokemon. It's, like, just friends caring about one another, and it's why I love this series so much. It's why I love Kingdom Hearts so much. It's, like, there is something to be said that is not taught in, like, new games about just, like, the simple art of having friends, and, like, what that experience is supposed to be, whether it is solely on, like, you know, you two are just chilling, being good friends, or anything above and beyond that. You know, like, it's just so crazy how, like, just the simple art of connection, I guess is the easiest way to put it, can be portrayed and actually hold value. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all here again on another new Let's Play the next time we see you. Until then, as always, peace out, Girl Scout.